Hey guys, this is Surya from Skill-Lync. Hope you're doing well. Over the last couple of weeks, we have been doing career series where we are reviewing the jobs that you can apply as a design engineer, the jobs that you can apply as a CAE engineer, and its associated companies that will recruit these kind of roles as well. Today, I wanted to kind of deep dive into computational fluid dynamics. Today, I'm going to take the top 5 CFD jobs that you can apply for as a fresher or 2 to 4 years of experience. This is a 3-part video. There is a lot to kind of cover. If I cover it in one video, it will be like 30-40 minutes. So I'm going to split it up into 3 videos and take a look at all the 3 videos. I'll just explain what is going to be there in all the 3 videos, and I'll basically let you follow each of those videos. In the first video, I'm going to explain about the top 5 job roles that you can apply as a CFD engineer. In the same video, I'm going to explain about the companies that recruit for these roles as well. In the next video, in the second video of the series, I'm going to explain the fundamental topics you need to know to apply for these kind of job roles. And in the same video, I'm going to explain the software tools you need to know in order to get those jobs as well. In the last part of the video, I'm going to explain what are the projects you should do in order to get these job roles, because that's very, very important, right? How do you get these jobs? That's very important. And that's a fourth part, which is not in this board, which is basically where I will explain how over the next 6 to 8 months you can acquire all these skills, right? Okay, let's go to today's video. Today's video is about the job roles and the companies that basically hire these job roles. Today's video, we are going to take a look at the 5 top job roles for computational fluid dynamics, right? And we are also going to look at the companies that recruit these job roles for. And we have basically taken a look at a lot of data and kind of come into this conclusion. The first job role that we are going to look at is CFD model builder, right? What does a CFD model builder mean? Well, a CFD model builder is basically a person who measures the CFD model so that it can be analyzed by a CFD analyst, right? So CFD model builder, you can basically see CFD model builder as a fresher kind of a role, a pre-processing role of sorts. And the companies that basically hire, I have split that into 4 domains, right? Automotive companies, energy companies, aerospace companies, and tech consultancies, right? What are the top automotive companies in India? And then you can basically take this conclusion for US, Europe markets as well. In automotive, Mahindra, Tata, Ford, GM, Mercedes-Benz, Hyundai and Nissan. And then there are other similar companies which also recruit, but these are some of the top recruiting companies for computational fluid dynamic model builder roles, right? With energy, BP, GE, ExxonMobil, Halliburton, and a lot of these roles usually are in the US as well. With aerospace, we see Boeing, GE and Honeywell hiring a lot of these roles as well, right? And apart from that, the one thing that we look at is these tech consultancies. Tech consultancies basically hire a lot of model builders, companies like your Alten, Quest Global, TCS, CTS, Satyam Ventures and HCL, right? These are the companies in India which hire a lot of model builders, right? So that's for model builders. Now going to the second job role, which is Powertrain Simulation Engineer, right? Say probably 5 or 6 years back, the Powertrain Simulation Engineer basically focused on IC engines, right? With a new wave of electric and hybrid electric cars and automotives coming out, there are 2 types of, apart from that powertrain of conventional IC engines, there is battery thermal engineering and thermal management engineers, kind of more towards electrical and electrification, battery thermal engineers and thermal management engineers. What kind of companies basically hire for these roles, right? So all the automotive companies, your tier 1 companies, your automotive suppliers, battery manufacturers. So if you are looking at companies that manufacture batteries, they basically lead a battery thermal engineer. So when I speak about battery thermal engineer, what do I mean, right? So as the battery becomes the power source, what happens now is battery emits heat, and you as a computational fluid dynamics engineer need to understand how to dissipate that heat in a more effective manner, and that's what you will basically do that in an analysis as a battery thermal engineer, and same with thermal management engineer as well, right? Then there is your third job role that we look at is CFD Application Engineer. The first job is more of the 0 to 2 years experience. Here you come into 2 years of experience. Here the CFD Application Engineer again is a 0 to 2 years experience. People, if you have the right skills, right tool knowledge and the right projects, you can basically apply for these roles irrespective of what your experience is. So in the coming videos, I'll basically explain what skills, what tools, what projects you need to know. But before that, we'll kind of go into what are the job roles. So the third job role you see is the CFD Application Engineer. A lot of automotive and aerospace companies, right? That can be more of a CFD analyst kind of roles, aerodynamics kind of roles, aerodynamic analyst kind of roles, and so on, right? So this is something that we look at. The fourth role is basically CFD Verification and Validation Engineers, right? What do they do? Well, that's a very good question. I'll explain that as well, but I'll kind of explain the fifth role as well. Fifth role is CFD Developer, Research Engineer, CFD Research Engineer, and Testing and Automation Engineer. Okay, let's kind of go into CFD Verification and Validation and CFD Developer, Research Engineer, Testing and Automation, right? So if you basically look at computational fluid dynamics, what is computational fluid dynamics? Computational fluid dynamics is a set of governing equations like Navier-Stokes equations which defines the fluid motion, right? So now this Navier-Stokes equation is a partial differential equation. If you want to solve this partial differential equation using pen and paper, it takes a lot of time. So computational fluid dynamics is basically, in a simpler way, taking fluid dynamics equations and solving it using a computer, right? And as a CFD developer, research engineer or a software developer, you basically develop computational fluid dynamics solvers, right? So that's what you do as a CFD developer, and CFD Verification and Validation Engineer kind of pretty much ties into that as well. You basically set up test cases, you kind of benchmark a few cases and kind of compare and validate your results. What are the companies that usually hire for these two roles? A lot of the CFD software development companies. So if you are looking at a computational fluid dynamics role, this is your pinnacle, I would say, right? Where you kind of develop softwares for software companies. And then when I say software, do not think about this as more of a computer science software kind of thing. This is more of mechanical engineering software. If you have heard about companies like ANSYS, Siemens, Dassault, Star CCM, right? A lot of these companies develop their software, and when you think about how people develop software, they develop software by writing codes on C, C++, Python and MATLAB, right? And they basically, what do they code on? So they basically try to solve the governing equations for different situations, right? So that's pretty much the fifth role, and the fifth role basically needs an MTech plus very good understanding of computational fluid dynamics, right? Now, in this video, we kind of covered what are the job roles, what are the companies that recruit for these job roles. The obvious question that you're going to be, hey, okay, how do I get into these roles? What are the skills that I need to have as a student to get these roles, right? So that is what we will be looking into in the next video. So stay tuned. The next video should be available in the next 24 hours itself. The link of that video will also be here in the description. So what you can do is you can come after 24 hours and take a look at this video as well. If not, you can just write an email to Surya, SURYA at skill-lync.com so that you can get the link, or you can call us at 980-980-5252, or the easiest thing is just subscribe to our channel. You will get a notification, right? Great, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope it was helpful. I'll catch you up in the next video and explain what are the skills that you require to apply for these jobs, what are the tools that you need to apply for these jobs as well, right? Thank you so much. Subscribe and hope it is helpful. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Thank you.